Let's start the session. Am I audible? Uh, Please give me a thumbs up if I'm audible. Yeah. Very warm welcome to everyone. I'm Satvik, and I'll be hosting today's webinar along with my co-host Meghana. It gives us immense pleasure to welcome you all up. Sorry for this. Sorry for the distance. I'm Satvik, and I'll be hosting today's webinar along with my co-host Meghana. It gives us immense pleasure to welcome you all up to this landing session. Your voice isn't yours anymore. AI impersonation and deepfake scams, organized by Naksh Foundation under its flagship national initiative project, CyberShield. Before we begin, may we kindly seek your permission, sir, to record this session for educational and awareness purpose only.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, okay, thank you, sir. A few quick announcements before we start. Please keep your microphones muted to avoid background noise. You may share your questions in the chat box. They will be taken up during the Q&A session if possible. Please keep your cameras on. It makes the session more interactive. Naksh Foundation is a committed non-profit organization working towards education, empowerment, and awareness among youth through the CyberShield project. The foundation has been actively spreading awareness about cyber threats, digital safety, and legal frameworks that protect individuals in today's interconnected world by conducting workshops, webinars, and outreach programs. This initiative empowers students, professionals, and communities to adopt safer online practices and stay vigilant against cyber risks. It's my privilege to introduce our distinguished speaker for today, Mr. Kalyan Medisetti. Mr. Kalyan Medisetti is an educator, author, career counselor, and civil service mentor specializing in political science, international relations, the Indian Constitution, and current affairs. He is the author of the book Silent Crisis 21st Century Kids and Their Challenges and serves as a head of CLAD program at Sarath Chandra Junior College, Vijayawada. He holds an MA in Political Science and an advanced constitutional law certification from National Law University, Delhi. Having conducted 100 plus seminars across Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, he actively guides students on career planning, competitive examinations, discipline, and personality development. His mission is to prepare students not only for competitive exams, but also for life, clarity, responsibility, and purpose. Today, Sar will be guiding us through the following key subtopics. Ravina, your following key subtopics. What are AI impersonation scams, common deepfake scams, how scammers get your voice, and spotting and avoiding them, protecting yourself daily. Now, without any further delay, let's welcome our esteemed speaker, Mr. Kalyan Medisetti. Sir, the session is over to you, sir. Let's start.
Thank you so much, Satvik, for your great words. And before going to start the session, I would like to appreciate each and every member of Nakash Foundation and most importantly, the project Cyber Shield. Uh, I was impressed with your activities quite deeply. You are not limited to only conducting projects or seminars. You are even entering into the deep roots of the society and trying to interact with different people. And the way you are creating cyber security awareness is literally impressive and quite impressed a lot about your team works. And apart from that, I even came to know about your conduction of this kind of awareness sessions and there is a saying in Buddhism, Apo Deepo Bhavaha. when you light in a lamp, it will continue to light in other lamps. That context, you are getting awareness by some enlightened people better than me, I guess. And that awareness is you are trying to spread into the local areas and regional schools, even to different platforms. And I felt cherished when I got the opportunity. I need to thank Meghana and I need to thank Shashwini and for this great opportunity to interact with you people. And I would like to appreciate each and every person, whoever attending this beautiful session, because uh, session not only educates you, not only enlightens you, it even inspires you to spread what is happening in the society to the different people. In fact, I really appreciate your entire team for this coordination, cooperation, and I wish I want to see your team members to grow further. And I came to know you already get into the notice of commissioners and some collectors also for your activities. I really appreciate you to reach further heights in your career. With that introduction, I would like to share the screen. Kindly confirm me about the screen. I hope it is visible.
Yeah, it's your screen is visible.
Thank you so much. And the moment I came to know about your voice isn't yours anymore, AI impersonation and deepfake scams, I was quite impressed with the topic which you chose, and the topic reminds me one of the greatest event happened in Mahabharata. It was the Dharmaras, who is epitome of truth and satyam. He told a lie. The lie is Aswadama Hataha Kunjaraha. So he reduced the sound of Kunjaraha, which is the elephant name, and he brutally committed this activity to create an assumption that his guru should believe that his son died, Ashwadama. Of course, this reminds me, the title reminds me one more event happened in the World War II time, that is EMS telegram. Those who are art students, particularly from the history background, they might have heard about EMS telegram by Bismarck, who intentionally, faked the telegram and sparked the fire for the World War One. Today we are in a different society. We don't need you know great people to tell lies, whether it can be Dharmaras or it can be Ottoman Bismarck. And it is even a common people can create some kind of fakes. So this particular the topic, your voice isn't yours anymore, which is interesting and even thought provoking. So without wasting my time, let me give you what is deep fakes. Well, I don't want to, read this definition at all. I don't want to go for these definitions at all. I will come back to the definition once again, but that's just see this. Let's go for this video. Come back once again. Here is the most important thing. It seems like the original. In fact, the first video which I showed to you is a very interesting video of Prime Minister Narendra Modi during election campaigns. Congress official handles projected that video, and as Prime Minister selling tea, a chai wala theme line, and people shocked to see that video first of all. And what is deep fakes is about? According to one of my favorite columnists, Vivek O'Brien, and he said deepfakes are media files, videos, audio recordings, images. They are designed to alter the reality. Once again, you can see the reality once again here. So one of the one of the biggest scandal. Of course, I cannot show some of the other videos. I have one like Rashmika Mandana video, Alia Bhatt videos also. But I thought these are somewhat decent only. So there is a beautiful song in Telugu, same but different. I guess if you are in the internet, you might hear this song, same but different. Good boy goes to Ayodhya, bad boy goes to Bangkok. It is in the Modi voice only. So I just want to confirm you that mostly they are looking like same, but they are not at all. So deep fakes are the media's files, audio recordings, images that are completely altering the reality. So what they use generative adversarial networks, and that is the most important thing. That generative networks will swap the faces, like I told you, Rashmika Mandana video, which became very much controversial at that time. Lip syncing, which is like Narendra Modi video, which I saw you. Voice only cloning, which is repeatedly AI was voices without visuals, and full body reenactment, which is the walking style of Modi, is also almost similar. So this is how it goes. So these are AI impersonation scams, which is they will try to project they are reality, but not. So what are the major problems with this kind of problem, with this kind of activities? Well, I just want to confirm you common deep fake scams. Socially speaking, according to FBI, for those who are interested to read more about this document, can click the link also I provided for the better reading. According to FBI, that is cyber criminals are utilizing artificial intelligence, particularly deep fakes, and trying to fake the people and scam the people. This market is rising like anything. It is not limited to only criminals. Even states like China, of course, there are big allegations against Chinese in this regard. States like China, even using artificial intelligence and deep fakes and running campaigns against legitimate governments in Taiwan. Even allegations even raised by our election commission also. Our election commission even warned people, strictly gave instructions regarding uses of deep fakes in election campaign. So because it is the time when we should remember that this is the time you should be very, very careful because you are not able to find out what is good, what is bad. This reminds me one of the last words of Bhagavan Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. He says, in the Kali period, it is difficult to find out what is good, what is bad. Both salt and sugar seems very, very similar in these generations. But we are making it everything is difficult to believe. So Taiwan witnessed influx of deep fakes and artificial intelligence and impacting their election campaigns. And then we have deep fakes and financial crimes, which is one of the youngest person, Pranoy, who wrote this article in Wire of one of my favorite research think tank. You can also read from the resource. I already attached the link also. Multi-layered problem. It is not single one because deep fakes are connected to many things. Financial frauds, which is well aware, and we should also know about for getting some kind of likes, more likes. I can tell you for getting into the trending and to become controversial. And most importantly, there is one sensitive topic which I would like to tell you, what is called as close to extortion, what we call sextortion. Many children. I can tell you a live example from Visakhapatnam. A girl of 10th class, she was bullied by a 12th class student, and the girls rejected the boy's offer. And what he did, he just downloaded the Instagram photos of the girl and he just morphed with something and he sent the video to the parent of the girl. Why is that happening? This is the impersonation is going on. This impersonation is going on seriously in India, seriously in our world, seriously in our society at different levels. People used to say in the earlier days it is limited to only for trending, only for fun, only for making some interesting fun in internet. But interestingly, financial frauds are happening with the deep fakes and AI impersonation, with the deep fakes and AI impersonation. Apart from financial frauds, we are also witnessing what is called as crimes and cyber crimes. We are also witnessing what do you mean called fake election campaigns. So deep fakes are seriously threatening our society. And what is very interesting is scammers even trying to module our voice itself. For example, how they are doing it. There's an interesting article in this beautiful page. You can also go and read if you are having time. So this is by a Melbourne professor, and I would like to tell you this professor is one of the key person in banning social media in Australia for the age of under the 16 years. So those who are less than 16 years, they are not allowed to use social media in Australia. A serious campaign was led by the elites in the Australian society. And Australia became the first country in the entire world which legally banned social media under the age of 16 years, which I wish India should do the same thing without hesitating about Article 19 clauses of Clause A. So, my dear friends, I would like to tell you how scammers getting your voice. First, voice cloning. They will try to collect your voice, and deep fake video calls, they will try to manipulate it. And apart from that, there is hyper personalized phishing through which they will contact you. For example, sometimes you will get what is called as a call from +11 number. You will just switch on the number, and they won't react. In fact, they won't react, and they will stay calm. You will say hello, hello, hello. That's enough. They can easily clone. Or else they will call you, hello, we are calling from Airtel. Then you will answer the call. Yes, but I'm using Jio. Hey, Jio nahi Airtel nahi. आप बोलिए सीधा बोलिए क्या बोलो. So कुछ नहीं. So the thing is, they will collect your voice, and that voice they will use like anything. For example, I came to know one interesting thing through my Delhi friend. He got a call as his father only. So his father told, जल्दी आइए बेटा, घर पे कुछ गड़बड़ है. He just started. He went home. Nothing happened at home. And exactly he recorded the call. The voice is almost like his father only. And his friend told, I just learned to clone the voice. I just tried your father voice with you. It was successful. Thank you so much. So we are now getting into the very, very dangerous zone. This reminds me one more event which is unreported in majority of the newspapers happening in Jammu and Kashmir. During this Operation Sindoor, there were reports that telling that Indian, people dressing in Indian style of Indian military officers and saying that Kashmiron ko hum khatam karenge. Kashmiron ko hum khatam karenge. These are the voices. Of course, this is not majorly reported, but some of my friends in Kashmir told me these things happened. Friends, if society is facing biggest threats, according to Stephen Hawking, he said nuclear wars, he said climate change, rise in population. I would like to add AI impersonation and deep fakes is going to be the biggest threat if we are unable to regulate them. I'm not saying we should ban, but regulation is important. So it is almost according to US details 40 billion annually 40 billion rupees annually by 2027 to AI enabled scams. If it is the so called highly sophisticated, advanced economy US, $40 billion, estimate how much will be in India because I don't have a perfect details to get deep fake scams as of now. I'm wishing to record those things. I hope government will record those things in NCRB upcoming reports. How to protect? Well, this is simple things, but you need some kind of focus. But before going to discuss about protection and everything, I just want to confirm you, which I would like to explain this particular element, what is called as financial frauds. Nowadays, we are witnessing a digital arrest, which is, of course, they are not using AI impersonation truly, but reports confirming there were some uh, areas reported that there are records like financial frauds are going on, and these financial frauds are using like we are calling you from SBA branch, and we are calling you from SBA branch, and that SBA branch is trying to seek your OTP. So that is how it goes on. So, my dear friends, financial frauds are mostly happening because uh, someone might call you, hello, my dear son, I am at railway station. I lost my phone. Can you send UPI to this number who is helping me in this area? With your mother's voice, you will send the money. With your father's voice, you will send the money. Because emotions doesn't have rationality, or emotions may have less rationality. With that, we are entering into this particular zone of deep fakes and scammed by the people. So how to protect yourself? Starting with one thing, we need to check. There is a saying, వినినంతనే వేగపడక వినదగిన ఎవ్వరు చెప్పిన. So saying in Telugu, in fact, it's a beautiful line. You should not rush. Of course, even in philosophies, they will say, don't react, try to respond. Of course, that is very difficult one, but still, we should check reality, how far it is correct, how far it is truth. And apart from that, we need to use some tools. For example, we have a wonderful tool called as Resemble AI. Resemble AI, in my experience of last 1.5 year, which is I tried many platforms, but from last few months, I'm sticking to this Resemble AI to check whether it is deepfake or not. Because handling with the different you know platforms, different news articles. Sometimes even I confuse. The first confusing news is the capturing of Venezuela president. We came to know, in fact, few months back only. That is, there is plan is going on. But interestingly, when it was happened, we just cross-checked many newspapers. Even I tried assembly here only. How far the photo is truth regarding Venezuela president capturing. So Resemble AI is one platform which I don't want to rely this. I don't want to ask you to rely on this. But government must create a source like this. A source like this to check the deep fake and detect 2B model is something which is also helping. And some detection tools are there. I just brought some of them: Deep Face Lab, Fake Catcher, Deepware Scammer. These are the websites which are useful to handle this particular issue. I just want to confirm you that there are steps to follow on, like machine learning and AI can handle, face recognition can handle, audio analysis can handle, and digital forensics can also have help in protecting ourselves. Is that enough, sir? Never. Never it can be enough. So one is using all these things. Apart from that, using what is called as some different measures. First of all, government need to create some blocks, or let us say some constraints. How they can do that? For example, we have one thing called as Information Technology Act, Section 66D. For those who are reference point of view, Section 66D, Section 66C, and Section 66E. 66D, which is dealing with cheating by personification is a crime, and 66E is talking about privacy violations. So you need to get awareness. Like you are trying to say, when you call someone during COVID-19 నుంచి రక్షణ పొందండి, మీ ముక్కుని మీ చేతుల్ని తరచుగా కడుగుతూ ఉండండి, right? Like that, creating awareness in their native language only. Like if you are faked by some people, just work this, just go like in this manner. You can also try awareness. Massive awareness is important for the Information Act. And second thing is, we need to involve the masters of this crime, that is social media platforms. I may be rude in this voice, but still they can handle, my dear friends. As per point of view, I will confirm you that. I will tell you that how they can handle. They can handle, in fact. Of course, Government of India brought what is called as Intermediaries Rules 2021. So Intermediate Rules 2021, which asked social media platforms to block deep fake videos. That was exactly triggered by Rashmika Mandana. Kindly block my video which is circulating. Of course, they haven't responded properly, but there is a rule. I wish that must become a law, because we are runs on the rule of law, not by rules. Rules, anyone can make rules. I can also make rules. What is the use? Rule of the law is important. Rule of law is core for our country. So, IT rules, which is stating social media platforms should block deepfake videos, must be in strict implementation. Next, we are now going to have Digital Personal Data Protection Act. There are some provisions dealing with that. And then we have criminalization of misuse of data, and which is also protecting data identity. The act is something giving you consent, privacy, and all this empowering citizen digitally also. Bharati Nyaya Samhita also have some provisions regarding this. And most importantly, we have other platforms which I missed to mention. I mentioned here in institutional framework layer. You can see that is I spoke about what is called as cyber crime coordination center. So cyber crime coordination center, even one of the I4C, the model which is very popular. So I4C, of course, the major complaints. One of my you know one of my close student who was recently scammed. A person called that we are calling you from Prime Minister's office. Will you, you know, will you get? Are you ready to take up the job in Prime Minister's office? That girl, who is mindless girl, not even completing the intermediate, she thought that she's going to join, and they told that if you want to get the job, pay 50,000 rupees. She paid. She paid. After that, she called me. Sir, I paid 50,000 rupees. That fellow is not answering my call. What I can do? I said, wake up early in the morning, 6 o'clock or 5:30. As it is winter, wake up at least 7 o'clock and turn east and start reading. Namo Aditya Devaya, Namo Surya Devaya, Namo Aditya Hridaya. Like that, you can start praying. Because what is the use? What I can do? Before confirming, she can call me. So I asked to reach I4C. Unfortunately, my friends, they are not responding properly. There is a number I wish you to, I miss it to add here 1930 number. You can call for online frauds, cyber crimes, digital payment frauds, identity theft, and hacking incidents. Unfortunately, they are not responding properly. Very unfortunate, in fact. 1930. Of course, we should not blame them because the capacity is not at all matching the demand. Demand is very high. It is happening in every village, every ward, every city, every municipality, every metropolitan city, every state, every union territory. It is happening. Unfortunately, we are not serious to address, or the amount of seriousness we are trying to dedicate is not adequate. Next, we have CERT in the center's most important nodal agency, Computer Emergency Response Team India, who are trying to handle these cases. And all these are institutional framework only. Right now, they are not at all matching the requirement as per my point of view. The challenges are very important because I told you clearly that this AI impersonation scams using deep fakes is extremely enlarging. They are magnifying day by day. They're happening. Unfortunately, our detection is something very low. I said you ultra low latent detection. Something is low is okay, but I'm telling you to leave. I can add there extremely ultra low latency detection. Out of 100, not even 10 are detected. Security awareness driving is also very less. If someone is going to police station, they are asking what is it? What do you mean by that? And the problem is very high for even girls. Because when they're trying to complain offline in the police station, these people are not sensitive regarding girls' matters. Unfortunately, our women police are very low. So security awareness, the police must know what is deep fakes, what is happening. So how they are trying to fake the people, and what are the available opportunities, what are the available ways to solve the problem. So high quality fakes are happening. Of course, they are not focusing. We need resources like detection labs, detection resources, training to the officers, extra funding for them. Hardly there is a report. I guess private report only told that 60% of our police stations are not having proper internet connections. 60%. And unfortunately, our police are currently ruled by 1860 Police Act, which is older than our grandparents, great grandparents, older than our independence. Still, we are using the same act only. Our police are not smart enough, in fact, to some extent, not completely, to some extent only. And I can tell you that it is very difficult in the AI advancement. For example, today, some YouTube channels are purely working on AI based only. Purely. So advancement is going on. Even banks, even government institutions are also trying to educate people through AI. So AI advancement, AI is reaching hospitals, AI is reaching education centers, banks, railway stations. In this AI generated world, how we can protect people is something very challenging. Apart from that, as we are right now, digital citizen, as we are right now digitalized citizen, digitalized citizen. An American can post himself as a prime minister of India. He can do if he has if he has ability to match Prime Minister Modi body language. He can do. He can fake the people. So cross-border anonymity is something very very problematic. I came to know from one of my friend from intelligence bureau. He told it is difficult to handle certain cases, but it is difficult to handle this deep fake cases because some cases having origin from Singapore, Cambodia, Laos, or from China sometimes, or from Bangladesh, or from Pakistan. But that countries may not cooperate with Indian security forces. So platform delays is something very problematic. Platform delays, accountability, they won't respond. Happened to Rashmika, happened to Alia Bhatt. They won't respond properly. If something is happening against their country people, they will respond. They will respond immediately. They will respond instantly. They will do the justice instantly only. For our country, they will show biasness. Unfortunate, in fact. What is the way forward? What we can do? Number one, verification. But I have some concerns here. I would like to remind the great words of Nani Palkiwala. Our citizen is not vigilant. Our citizen is not vigilant. Our citizen is not vigilant. My dear friends, I repeated the same statement thrice. Don't think I'm a fool. Our citizen is not vigilant once again. He doesn't care what exactly extremely dangerous to him. Not my words, great words of Nani Palkewala. He stated in this beautiful quote, not basic structure, not constitution, until eternal vigilance ignited in the minds of the common man. Nobody can save this country from whatever it is, the dangers. So whatever it is a danger, nobody can save our country as a constitution, as a basic structure, nobody. Prime Minister, it is the eternal vigilance of our common man is important. Verification. But he is not such free. Our common man has a number of issues. So verification is one thing which is must be. My thought, my suggestion here is every government, say it can be state government, or it can be federal government, or it can be the local government, they must have a proper mechanism, departmental wise. Let us say all banks must have deep fake detection lab. All education centers make a try. If not all education centers, at least government departments can try. Awareness. Like for example, you people are doing awareness, no? You people like you should train at least 10 people across different mandals, or else you can bring awareness by using the root people. Who are the root people? It can be self-help groups, it can be school children. I just want to confirm you one important observation according to my point of view. What is called a social vaccine? What is social vaccine? Social vaccine is something like society has to create vaccine, not medicine. What is that? Information, education, communication. You must provide information. Arey Babu, this is what happening with deepfakes. This is what happening with AI impersonation. And there should be education. There should be proper communication. That is the best way to detect this kind of problems. Extreme awareness we need. We must take the help of technology. I told you the masters of this technology, They are the right persons to handle. For example, if you, let us say, you upload a copyright video, or else you just upload a copyright video or audio, immediately it will reflect in YouTube channel. Copyright detected, copyright. Per minute, there will be lakhs of uploads in YouTube. But YouTube is trying to detect copyright. Can't they detect deepfake? They can actually, but they are not trying to prevent it. So we need this technology people, this all these tech giants must involve actively. And authenticity is important. And for example, if you go for Google ad, they will review. They will take 1 day. They will clearly mention the ad request will be reviewed for 2 or 3 days, or else 1 day. If something is AI detective, if something is wrong, for example, no, recently I uploaded a video on Nicolas Maduro, and they said this is violating their rules. If something against American government, it is violating their rules. They're identifying, and I spoke in the video in Telugu only. They're identifying it. Can't they identify deepfake? They will do that, in fact, but they won't do. So because they are not at all, they are become reckless masters. If you control someone, they will under control only. If you give complete freedom, they will do whatever they want. So responsibility is zero from their side, because the countries which they are earning money is their country. There is no nationality. There is no patriotism. If you speak something against America, they will delete the video. I was victim for that. In fact, I spoke against America several times in YouTube channel. My channel was blocked a number of times, and they will easily delete. They will block us. In fact, but if something happening against other countries, they will spread like anything. They are all working with a hidden agenda. Deep fakes they can detect, but they're not doing it. So real-time AI detection is important, and training is something very, very important. So, friends, with this way forward, apart from we need a policy, I told you we need to bring some rule of law in this context. With this, I would like to end my session. I'm very happy to receive your questions, and thanks a lot for the patience listening.
Thank you so much, sir, for that insightful and that provoking session. We will now open the floor for questions. Participants, please feel free. Either type your questions in the chat box or unmute yourself to ask directly. Kindly keep your questions brief and relevant to the today's topic.
I wrap it up within the time.
Sir, you.
Thank you.
We have a great session.
No, I thought I just extended a lot of points.
No issues, sir. We have more than 12 minutes more.
Okay.
Guys, if you have any questions, please. I think you are very clear, sir. No one has
No,
any.
no, no, it's my pleasure. It's not like that. The thing is, the whatever the points I discussed, you just go on, just brainstorm, and keep on keep a tab on this particular topic so that we can nail a knot. Okay, no? I really happy to be here. In fact,
Yeah, sir. We are sir.
We are glad to have you, sir.
thank you so much, Yashaswini. You can frame any question, not a problem. Okay, don't feel shy or don't stick to anything. Also, just talk, just unmute and you just speak. Yeah, I guess I got a question. More session is up to Satvik sir. It's not by they can plan and I can definitely help. I guess I got a question. I guess I need to check the message.
So, can I just help you out for the question?
Please, ma'am. I wish.
When impersonation happens across borders and platforms, they need liability. Who should legally bear responsibility? The platform, the developer, or the end user? And what's the most realistic enforcement mechanism today?
Right. The first segment of the question is: as of today, there is no UN resolution or there is no UN regulation. Internationally speaking, there is a kind of anarchical situation regarding liability of AI or digital content. Of course, we have platforms, countries, not countries, supranational authorities like the European Union. They try to create some kind of regulation for that, but that is even having some problems. The cases were filed in ICJ. Even there are cases filed, the cases even still under the concerns in different international platforms. So liability point of view regarding AI is something right now anarchy. There is no regulation at all. Strictly speaking. The second segment, you are trying to ask me what could be the realistic manner to handle. Number one, at least some countries must have consensus. For example, you take G7 countries. Of course, so the debate is going against uh, G7 countries unity only because of a Greenland issue. I cannot go in that because topic is something different. So we cannot say some G7, but let's say one group must start consensus-based regulation of this cross-border deepfakes or AI impersonation problems. Then only something will happen because the domestic laws are limited to our jurisdiction, which you are well aware. This is the basic concept of any law. But the problem is these are international issues, so you must have any convention, treaty, or any international law which is universally accepted. For example, we take outer space treaty, mostly accepted. Nobody objecting it. Outer space treaty is almost accepted. For example, we have refugees convention. Objections are there. Our own country will objecting it. So there should be one internationally consensus-based rule. Convention treaty is one thing. Number two, a group, let us say G7, maybe European Union, maybe SARC, of course not there. Let's say BIMSTEC, maybe another platform may start it, or else there must be bilateral mechanism. For example, you take UAE. Yesterday they came and they have some agreements here. They're ready to invest in India. Like that, like-minded countries with India can start that particular aspect. For example, we have a group called as SCO. There is a common working against terrorism, radicalization, extremism, which are the three evils of society. They can add this AI impersonation, in fact. So, international law, or else groups can start, or else bilateral mechanism. Last but not least, companies must have some kind of liability. From my point of view, realistic point of view, that is the biggest thing because European Union countries want to impose a sales, what is called as a tax on the tech giants. Donald Trump objected this. So we need to see. Consensus are as of now very difficult, but there is a way forward for this if common people met together and they have what is called a consensus ad idem, legally speaking.
So we have
The second question is, recently newspapers reported cases where parents received calls in their children's voices asking for urgent money transfers. If AI can perfectly copy a family member's voice, what verification should families adopt without delaying a genuine emergencies?
Hmm. It is completely depends on personality to personality, but I just want to confirm you here. We must educate parents, particularly metropolitan first, and then semi-urban, then villages. But the problem here is, uh, for example, if my voice is audible to my father, as my father receive a call, definitely my father will become panic. First, I will become panic. And I told you initially, emotions doesn't have rationality, and that they will transfer the money. Okay, so my take for this stand is proper education. Extremely, first and foremost, father must call school, or else let us say the relevant in charge. They must take confirmation. Then only they can do that. If someone call you, if let us say if I call you to your home and said I kidnap your daughter, first they will check you whether you are there or not. So doesn't mean I will kidnap you, but I mean to say, I mean to say that you are your fathers or your parents, or let's say my parents must take second opinion, how far it is there, how far it is true. So that must be there according to my point of view. Number two, if it is unknown number, parents must not react seriously. But if it is something serious, no, that is depends on circumstances according to my point of view. So first thing is they should respond rather than react. Number two, they must cross check. And number three, they must wait for certain time to take the confirmation. I know this is not a fair correct answer according to myself, but still I have to maintain. So I maintained it. That's it.
So, another question. Sir, in Google Gemini AI banana people are creating unnatural photos. How to identify whether it is original or a fake? Can we find out?
I guess you need to be a B officer then. Okay, there is something called as I'm just kidding. Sorry. So first of all, you are supposed to check the photos very clearly, how far it is true or not. For example, uh, there is one IAS academy in Visakhapatnam, and the MD kept a WhatsApp status posing himself standing with Chandrababu Naidu, and he kept that as a status only. I believed it first of all. For after a few seconds, I just checked it very seriously. The photo he dated is like today I met CBN, and that day CBN was in somewhere else. Then I called him. I asked, "Sir, today CBN is in some other meeting. How can you kept like this?" Immediately he deleted. But try to understand. Cross check is important. I told you Telugu saying, "Vininantane vega padaka." Vinadavin ever cheppana. Just listen. Don't rush. There is something called as stoic philosophy. I guess some of you who broken hearts number of times, they will learn about this stoic philosophy. There is one thing called as there is one famous philosopher in that stoic philosophy called as Marcus Aurelius. He said, "Don't believe everything, because whatever you listen, it's just opinion or views." I want to tell you, don't believe whatever you see. Cross check. There is something called as suspecting mindset, which is essential for today's generation kids. Simply, he is offering me chocolate. He is offering me noodles. He is next Shahjahan to me. I will become Mumtaz for him. No, not even Mumtaz. He will become what is called as Taj Mahal tea only. No, don't should not believe. If you believe, that is a problem. So I wish don't believe. Check yourself, whether it is photo, whether it is audio, whether it is video, anything. Check yourself twice, thrice. Then only you can go for it. Why should rush? It doesn't mean it is no do or die 1942 quit India moment. No, it is life only. Wait, what will happen? No, I will become IAS officer within 1 year. What will happen if not? Go slow. Understand? I guess I managed to answer. Thank you. These questions, there is, I can tell you frankly, uh, for these questions, I don't have benchmark answers. Of course, nobody have benchmark answers only because it depends on the circumstances, the areas, personality. So generalizing, I'm telling you, okay. Don't believe me. He's telling everything in a different manner like that. I'm telling you generalization only. Okay. Any more questions, madam?
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your responses for the questions which were posed by this participants. On behalf of Naksh Foundation and its national initiative project CyberShield, extended my heartfelt gratitude to gratitude to our speaker, Mr. Medisetti Kalyan sir, for sharing his valuable insights on AI impersonation and deepfake scams. Sir, your clear explanations and real-world examples have truly helped us to understand how to protect ourselves from these type of scams. A big thank you to all the participants for your active involvement and enthusiasm throughout the session. Special appreciation to the organizing team of Project CyberShield for their efforts in making this webinar a success. Before we conclude, a genuine reminder, please fill out the feedback form which was shared in the chat box. It is mandatory for receiving your e-certificate and will help you to stay updated about our upcoming awareness events. With that, we officially conclude today's sessions. Thank you once again, sir, and thank you to everyone present here. Wishing you all safe, secure, and responsible digital journeys ahead. Thank you. Thank you, Anand.
Thank you so much for the great opportunity. Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramaya, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Makachit Dukka Bhargavet. I hope everyone will be safe, secure, and happy learning ahead. Thank you so much. Jai Hind. Thank you. Bye bye.
మళ్ళీ ఇంకోసారి చెప్పండి సార్ క్లాస్.
It's up to the organizing team. Thank you.
Chopper.
Dear participants, as the Google Meet is not allowing us to share any pre-assessment or post-assessment form links here in the chat box, so we are sharing our screen. Just scan the QR code and you'll be able to access the post-assessment form. Thank you for attending the session.